Chairman of the Confederation of Indian Industry, Dato Umang Sharma, President of Bharat Club, Mr. Sandeep Singh, dear students from various schools in Kuala Lumpur, fellow citizens, we in the High Commission of India are delighted to welcome you all to the India House. And I see that the rain gods are just been very kind so far, and I hope they will remain so for the next at least 2 hours. Before we proceed to the brief program of these patriotic songs, allow me to share my thoughts on few key developments in India and India-Malaysia relations. And we have heard just now in great detail Honorable Rashtrapati Ji laying out where we stand and how we need to take forward our nation. At the very outset, I wish to acknowledge and pay deep appreciation to all of you for your immense contributions in Malaysia and promoting the great India-Malaysia relations, and also in promoting the brand of New India. We in the High Commission are in no doubt that you represent India here more than anyone else, and in carrying forward this brand of India. As we now enter the Amrit Kal, and I'm sure many children would be wondering what is this Amrit Kal? You know, Amrit Kal is a period which is from the time we achieved 75 years of India's independence to the 100 years, which is in 2047. This 25-year period which we are celebrating and we are observing in India as a period of Amrit Kal, it is this period where our collective efforts will help achieve, among other things, to become a developed country by 2047. And I see the immense role you all have to play, quite apart from the governments all over, government of India, as well as the people of India back home. Well, friends, the world is witnessing 3 major transitions. Digital, or more accurately put it as AI transition. I think those who are in the digital world will know this difference. Energy transition and global supply transition. I can assure you, based on the confidence that I get from reading from various international reviews, prominent ones, that India is well placed in this journey. And we are bound to, in this journey, we are bound to face some challenges. And these challenges must be overcome. And these challenges are going to emanate from the geopolitical situation as we are witnessing now. I think I don't need to elaborate this any further. And also from those external forces that are not comfortable with the rise of India. We would be witnessing more of this propaganda by these external forces designed to push a particular discredited narrative and evidently displaying a very severe colonial mindset. This is more so as we have decided as a collectively, as a country, to shed this colonial mindset as we march in our Amrit Kal journey. The policy of divide and rule in modern times is very evident. I think we all should be watchful about that. And I'm very confident that people of India fully understand this and will rise to the occasion as we are presented with these unwarranted, but yet perhaps they feel necessary challenges that they want to present to us. And it is true, as we as a country rise, and as Honorable Rashtrapati Ji has just narrated to us, how we have become the 5th largest economy and marching towards our goal of, more importantly, making our country prosper so that all people in the country come out of the poverty and lead a healthy and a happy life. Well, as a result, the new mantra for all of us, both in the High Commission of India as well as all of you who are here, is to continue to promote this new brand of India. With its new contours and its identity, it is continuity. There is a change, but there is a continuity. And once again, Honorable Rashtrapati Ji has alluded to several of it in her address today to the nation. Well, friends, in the context of India-Malaysia relations, well, you all know 2022-23 period is what we are observing as the 65 years of establishment of diplomatic relations between our two countries. In this, it also coincides a transition that we are seeing in India, where we are also observing the 75 years of India's independence, and now very soon we'll also be entering the 75th Republic Day. So this great transition that is taking place both in India and also progress that we are seeing in the India-Malaysia relations will have a bearing as we go along in the activities and in strengthening this relationship in the months and years to come. Well, we are celebrating this 65 years of our relationship with Malaysia. As you can see, that several activities where you have participated. I am very grateful to all the associations, non-resident Indian associations, in their own way, celebrating their existence and their coming together in Malaysia, and also in the process, taking us together in this journey as we celebrate this very, I would call it a cherished relationship that we have with Malaysia. Well, friends, now we have a new leadership in Malaysia. We are intensifying our engagement with the new leadership. I had the distinct pleasure of calling on the new Prime Minister a month before, and I see that there is a lot of enthusiasm in expanding the relationship with India, and I see that their heart is in the right place. And I'm very confident this year there will be leadership level dialogue in this year itself. And in this process, we'll be looking at sort of expanding this envelope of the bilateral relationship to a new high level. And let me just add, defense cooperation is one which I think is the most important dimension of any relationship, because this is where the true friendship emerges. The friendship between India and Malaysia. As you all know, last year we had for the first time all the three services of India and Malaysia armed forces have conducted joint exercises in Malaysia. And then we have also had senior level dialogues at various levels. So this is normally a reflection of true, I call, friendly countries, which I don't think we do with all countries in the world. So this is very special, that it also reflects the desire of the Malaysian government to engage with India more deeply and intensely. Well, similarly, the commercial, I think my colleagues tell me that the trade this year is also progressing very well. As you all know, last year, which is 2022-23, that means 2021-22, we had a $20 billion bilateral trade between India and Malaysia, though it's in favor of Malaysia, but I don't think we're not sweating on that issue. It is more important is to collectively increase the, the two-way trade, so that the businesses on both sides prosper and better. Similarly, investments, and I'm sure after the COVID are likely to pick up, and we see the signs of it growing up. Well, in the context of this 65 years of bilateral thing, we also have the 30 years of India-ASEAN. As you know, ASEAN is a group of 10 countries where together we have several events which are planned during the year. But in the context of Malaysia, we will be doing what is called as ASEAN-India Business Summit on 6th March, where we hope to celebrate that 30 years of that relationship going forward. Well, in the as part of this Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, which as you all know would end by 15th of August this year, we'll continue to do several events, and we'll continue to seek your support, guidance, and active participation in all these events. Well, friends, sports is not to be left behind. India and Malaysia have very strong sporting links. The Confederation of Indian Industries in Malaysia, under the chairmanship of Dr. Umang Sharma, they've taken the initiative to even have a golf tournament which will celebrate India-Malaysia at 65 years. Well, having said this, let me also make some announcements that which are important in our way of functioning, in our outreach to you, in the transparency that we wish to display in the days and weeks to come. Firstly, we are trying to develop a feedback system so that we hear you as and when you want to convey to us your problems, your issues, so that we respond to them better. In fact, my colleagues in the Councillor Wing, they've already set up, just to mention, complaint box in the two outsourcing centers. One is at the Visa Center and the BLS, which is doing the passport and other services. It is the Indian High Commission's complaint box which is there. So if you ever feel that there is a problem, please do drop your complaints in that. Of course, you're always free to send us an email or call us and tell us what are the challenges. We try and see those problems are addressed in the right earnest. And also we are continuing with the open house, as you all know, and for the PIOs and as well as for the fellow Indian citizens. Every month we are doing this open house. Please do come to the High Commission. You do not need any, let's say, appointment at that point in time, and where our consular officers will be there to address any concerns, any issues that you have. Well, we are also resuming, let me use the word resuming, what many of you would know, those who have lived here maybe 10, 12 years back. We had a newsletter called India Beckons, and we planned to, and we've started resuming this with the making it as a kind of a monthly letter. And as you would have noticed, we have also launched a new website with slightly improved features. And if you have any suggestions, please do air to us. We'll try and make it even better. Well, friends, now in this context of 65 years of India-Malaysia relations, we will continue to, as I said in the beginning, continue to move forward in doing activities which are truly reflective of Indian culture, Indian ethos. And in this context, we'll also be hosting a Festival of India sometime later in the year, at which time we will try and bring in 6 to 7 different disciplines of Indian, showcasing Indian culture and our identity in Malaysia, not just in Kuala Lumpur, but in different cities in Malaysia. Well, with these words, I think we should now move on to the next part of the program. Before we did so, I wish to thank Team High Commission for, particularly I would like to say, Devender, our Head of Chancery, Vipul, Sanjeev Sharma, and everyone here, and of course my dear colleague Beno, the First Secretary, for making this event happen. And in this regard, I also want to announce we have a new Deputy High Commissioner, Madam Subhashini is here. So I wish to welcome her. And with these words, well friends, now let's move on to the next part of the program. And I once again thank you for all of you to having to listen to me patiently standing. But I guess this is the environment in we are interacting. But once again, thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.